Hi, hello, namaste. Welcome back to Needs of Children. We are going to get the information about 10th standard English medium social science, in that business studies, chapter number 1, banking transactions. Let's come to what are the very important learning points from this lesson. You will learn from this lesson meaning of banks, characteristics of banks, banks and post offices in financial transactions and types of banks, different accounts that can be opened in a bank, methods to open accounts in banks, the advantages of bank account. So these are very important learning points from the lesson banking transactions. Let's come to the introduction for this lesson. What is the background of banking transaction? How the concept of bank came into existed. Anyhow, banks developed about 200 years ago. The nature of banks has changed as the time has changed. The term bank is related to financial transactions. When we are going to hear the name of bank, nothing but it will be related to financial transactions. Banks are financial institutions which use the money deposited by customers as investments and agree to return whenever they require, whenever they need. And banks advance loans to the customers and charge interest on them. It is providing the service to the customers, providing the loans. In return that it is collecting interests from the customers. Banks exchange the money of different countries. The development of any country depends on the efficient banking system of that country. If we are going to be identified the developed countries, the financial institutions like banks are played a very important role. Overall, the country depends on the development based on the efficient banking system of that country. Even banks are providing the loans, money, advance to the fields like agriculture, industries, traders and all other sections of the society, which are the main organs for the development of country, because agriculture, industry, trade and other sections development indirectly develop the country and accelerate the growth of country. So let's come to what is the concept of bank. The concept of bank, in term bank is derived from Italian word banco or from a French word banque, both meaning banco and banque. The Italian word banco, French word banque, both the word meaning bench or money exchange table. Even a banking company may be defined as a company which transacts the business with finance. It accepts from the public and lends to it to those who need it in the form of loans. Banks are accepting the deposits from the public and it lends the loans those who need. It receives money from those who want to save their money in the form of deposits. Deposits means it receives the money from those who want to save their money and lends to it those who require in the form of loans. Just like it is working as a mediator between the depositors. Services of banks are called as banking. So this kind of providing the loan, creating the opportunity for deposits. The services are called as the banking. A bank repays the deposits in the form of checks, drafts, or in the form of others. Those who are deposited their money, those who are saved their money in the place of bank. Let's come to the about characteristics of banks. Dealing with money, individual, firm, company, acceptance of deposits, lending loans, payment and withdrawal, agency and utility services, profit and service orientation, ever increasing functions, connecting, link, banking, business, name, identity. So these are the characteristics of banks. Let's come to we are going to get one by one in detail. Among that, the first one, dealing with money. Banks are financial institutions which deal with money of the public. Majorly, they are going to deal with the money with the public. And the second one, individual, firm, company. Bank may be a person, a firm, or a company, but banking company means the institution that deals with the money. So you are identifying different names of the bank. Whosoever the bank name, but it is deals with the thing name called as money. And the third one, acceptance of deposits. Banks accepts deposits from the public. That is the very important duty will perform by the banks. These deposits are returned whenever the customers demand it or after a prescribed period. Banks provide security to those deposits. Banks acts as custodian of the deposits of the public, those who are deposited their money, those who are saved their money. And the fourth one, lending loans. Banks advance loans to industrial sector, agricultural sector, education, house construction, and for other purposes it providing the loans those who need the money. And the fifth one, payment and withdrawal. Banks facilitate the customers to withdraw their deposits in the form of checks and drafts. Whenever they require the money, customers they can withdraw their deposits in the form of acceptance of checks and demand drafts or DD drafts. And the sixth one, banks provide various banking facilities to its customers. They include general utility services and agency services. Agency and utility services. It providing the banking facilities to the customers. They include general utility services and agency services. So these are we are going to be get in upcoming topics. And the next, a profit and service orientation. A bank is a profit seeking institution having service oriented approach. It is the main motto is providing the service. That is the orientation we are going to be identified from the place of banks. And the eighth one, ever increasing functions. Banks continuously expand and diversify their functions, services and activities. Always we are going to be identify the banking functions are ever increasing. They are continuously expand their branches, expand their services and activities. And the next, connecting link. Banks acts as connecting the link between the depositors and borrowers. Banks are a place work as a mediators between the depositors and borrowers. Banks collect the surplus money from the customers and lend the money same to those who are in need of money, just like it is work as a connecting link, mediator between the depositors and borrowers. And the 10th one, banking business. The main activity of the bank is banking business, that is accepting deposits from the customers and lending the same to those who need money. It is not a subsidiary to any other business. That is the main activity of the bank in banking business. And the next last one, name identity. Banks always add bank with their names, like Canara Bank, Vijaya Bank, Corporation Bank, State Bank of India, State Bank of Mysore, now it has been considered as a State Bank of India, etc. That enables the customers to know in which bank they are dealing with money. So as now all state banks are merged with the State Bank of India. So that is name identity. It is very easy to identify with the name of bank. So these are the very important characteristics of banks. So let's come to the about functions of banks. What are the functions of the banks? Among that, the first one, accepting deposits from public and others. That is the very important functions providing by banks. Second one, lending money to public in the form of loan and other institutions. That is the second one. And the third one, transferring money from one place to another place, working as that is remittances, transferring money from one place to another place. And the next, collecting money on forms of checks, DD, demand drafts and bills, and some of the discounting of bills and hiring safe deposit lockers. That is the very important facilities or functions are providing by the banks. And the next, conducting foreign exchange transactions, keeping valuable in safe custody, issuing letters of credit and guarantee, conducting government transactions, either it is a state government or central government. So such kind of some of the very important government transactions are performing by the banks, issuing the letters of credit and guarantee. So you can identify the certificate of deposits. If they are deposited some amount by the customers, for that it is issuing the letters and providing the valuable things. In bank, safety locker facility is providing, and it is also conducting foreign exchange transactions. If you are traveling to any other country, our Indian currency won't to be work in other countries, so that it is working as an exchange of other countries' money. So that is also working off as a conducting foreign exchange transactions. So these are the very important functions of the bank will providing by the banks. So that's it about today's session. I hope you have understood till now what we are discussed. In case of if you are having any doubts related to these concept, you can comment in the comment box. I will solve your doubts and I will come back with the next video. Until, keep watching my channel. Thank you. See you in the next session. Bye bye. Take care.